Hello, Cancers. I'm gonna do the best I can. Doing your reading, I'm really emotional right now. Um, it's like every time I try to do reading, I try to listen to some form of meditation, music to get tuned in to each of the zodiac signs. And for some reason, when I tuned into yours, Cancer, I just became overly emotional. I don't know what happened. Um, I do feel like us cancers are really going through a lot of real, um, real things in our lives, and I just don't know how this reading's gonna be, but I'm gonna be as real as possible. I can be with each of you cancers who watch these videos. I do feel like a lot of us are trying to purge a lot of the things in the past. Um, I do feel like a lot of us are trying to understand that there's a lot of things we need to change in our life. There's a lot of things maybe we're overlooking, or we just feel the need to overthink about things that don't really matter in our lives. And I just feel like we need to get back to the basics. And we need to stop over investing into things that aren't really working. I do feel like for cancers that there's a lot of emotional baggage that you may be personally feeling when it comes to the past, when it comes to these wounds that seem to be weighing on you, and it seems like there's certain things that just don't make any sense. And I don't think cancers have failed in any way. I just feel like a lot of us are going through traumatic events where it feels like we're really having to evolve as people. We're really having to evolve as signs. And I feel like a lot of people, they view us as very emotional people, or they view us as manipulative people when we're really not. It's just we can tap into energies. And I just feel like you have to be true to yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. And I feel like maybe in some way we lost touch with spirit, or maybe in some way we lost touch with who we really are because we're overly anxious, or we're overly worried about stuff that really don't need to be worried. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of things overcoming us, and we have to do the best we can to overcome those things. Sorry, I'm trying to finish eating a little bit of my breakfast, so if I sound like I'm doing like ASMR, I do apologize. Anyways, I think I'm okay. It's just all of a sudden when I was listening to the type of meditation music, maybe I picked the wrong one. I don't know. It was about purifying yourself. Um, I didn't know what that was going to do. I do feel like cancers, we need to meditate more. I feel like at this time with Aquarius season, it's easy to get in our head. It's easy to get stuck into our emotions of things and what they are. And I just feel like we need to reconnect with ourselves and spirit, most importantly, so we can feel ourselves again and stop being so serious in life, but more on the keen side of things and more positive. Anyways, let's get into your reading. I'm going to finish shuffling it for the month of, can't even think of it, month of February. Alright, Knight of Cups. I do feel like Cancer, there's a lot of things that you're dealing when it comes to the love front that may be confusing you. Maybe you're feeling like you're doubting yourself in some way. Like you can sense things going on in the relationship that, maybe it's upsetting. Maybe you feel like, if you've been cheated on, or you were the one that did it, or you feel like in some way there's something like an attack on your marriage or your engagement, or because I know I recently got engaged in September. I do feel like there's a lot of inner conflicts you're feeling, and I feel like February is really a time to reflect on how far you've come, but also get out of your head. I do feel like a lot of us have been in our heads so much, and now that we're in Aquarius, I feel like there's this need to retreat to ourselves. So this could be inner conflict, I feel like, when it comes to love, but I feel like the Knight of Cups is, the more love you give out, I feel like there's within lack of, you're not getting something from either a person, or you're not getting something from yourself. And I feel like there's this need to retreat back to yourself, and I don't know why. Don't get mad at me. This looks like a dick. Um, Maybe you feel like your sex drive is a little bit low, or it's high, but certain things turn you off. Um, I do feel like you see this love connection as something that you can potentially have, but I feel like Cancer, there could be a feeling like of isolation, like things aren't connecting in the pieces of love. Um, but I do feel like for this person, Cancer, I don't mean this to be a love reading, but I do feel like you invested a lot in whoever you're investing in. I do feel like they have the same feelings for you. They have a lot of love for you. They have a lot of investments here. This could be also family. You've invested in a lot of time and effort into maybe a business, maybe in a family situation. But in some way, maybe you're not getting exactly everything you need. So I feel like this card, the Nine of Pentacles, you need to retreat and give to yourself, Cancer, because I feel like something possibly could be imbalanced when it comes to a love situation or love dynamic where you feel like something's missing. And it's not necessarily you're in the wrong relationship. Maybe there's just a slight feeling like something's off. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you should feel happy, like a disconnect with your emotions and what you're feeling in your head. Like this Aquarius season is like really weird for some reason, in my opinion. But anyway, right by that you have the Chariot card. So I feel like it's about retreating to not necessarily your comfort zones, retreating in your shell. I think it's about getting in a place of inner balance within yourself, because I feel like there's a lot of things that you really need to rebalance here, um, and not be so much in your head on things, especially when it comes to those who you care about, those who you have full, I don't know why the card's being, full emotions with, and you want to invest in a family, you want the everyday life that you've always dreamed of. So there's this need to retreat. There's this need to let go of the reins. And maybe you're indecisive of direction that you need to take in order to receive this. And I kind of see this as the Ten of Cups, like your wish fulfillment. You've put a lot of emotions and investment in people and situations, and I feel like maybe in some way you're feeling in lack of some sorts here, and I feel like you need to get back in your element. We're kind of in the air element season with Aquarius, and I feel like there's a need to draw back, there's a need to retreat, and to really look at things from a higher perspective and really go within instead of overextending in some way. And I feel like maybe this past weeks or so, you've been investing a lot of time to other people, and I feel like you want to do everything you can for these people, but at the same time, you need to recharge your batteries. You need to reevaluate things in a higher perspective. Um, four of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's a lot of things you're still holding on, maybe with a past situation or past person, or just maybe a situation in your head that you're calculating, and it's really driving you bonkers, where it's like you're in a situation and every day you have to go to it, or you see it for what it is, and it's really bringing up a lot of the unknown fears or toxic thoughts that may be creeping up. With the moon here, I feel like, a lot of people see this card as secrets, but I feel as you need clarity, like something is off. And maybe in the full moon in a couple days, will give you that understanding and that release and tension that you need to release. These worries, these frets, these things insignificant that are small to you, but they're causing a stumbling block of some kind. So yeah, you need to stop overanalyzing, stop fretting, stop worrying. What you're getting is not what you're getting. And I think what you're wanting is recognition. You're wanting to be seen, you're wanting to be heard, and it just feels like you're not getting and somehow recognized, but in some way with it. In the forward position, I do feel like this is something deep inside that you want to be recognized. Like all your accomplishments that you're working on, that you've been really hard, Cancer, on working on these things, you want to be recognized, and I feel like maybe you will. Oh, Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like you're planning or scheming something creative within the essence of who you are. So you're at work, you're at hard work trying to create the life and the stability that you want. I do feel like a new opportunity has come or presenting itself in the month of February. I do feel like maybe with an air sign, that's what came up for me, where you can take action, like new, fresh perspective on a situation. Also, maybe with an Aquarius you're dealing with. I do feel like there needs to be communication, maybe with an Aquarius, or maybe you're thinking of an Aquarius or something that has to do with an Aquarius, where there's a lot of resolution with that, I'm feeling. But also, too, it's clear communication. I feel like, maybe with this new opportunity, or like I said, with this air sign, you're feeling defensive, or you're feeling that from them, where you feel defensive towards someone or they're to you, where it's like you need clear communication with this air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I feel like you may get it. But is it really what you need to hear, or is it really what you're not hearing that's bothering you? And I feel like for some of you, there could be someone in your life that you're dealing with, like I said, this air sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that you need clear communication. And it just feels like maybe you're in a loop where someone's not really speaking clear. And I feel like maybe in February you'll get more clarity on that, hopefully by the full moon. Alright, I'm going to pause it real quick and see if we can get more clarity on love and relationship. Alright, Cancer, I do feel like there's two things going on here. I do feel like for some of you, I'm just going to kind of read it like a story. I feel like for some of you, there was a disappointment that happened. There was something maybe unexpected that happened with someone at work, or something in the time, space, dream world, something at work
that maybe with a Leo, Sag, or I don't know why I'm saying Aquarius, um, that I feel like you're getting clarity on, like you're starting to see signs, or you're not signs, but like you're starting to see um, signs of what happened if it is a work situation in a relationship that you're dealing with. I do feel like it's being put to end. So whatever the disappointment you had about a certain person or situation at work, the judgment card is here to give you the clarity that, everything is going to be okay. And that whatever you had doubts about, whatever was a disappointment, whatever hurt you, maybe in the past too, in a past work situation, I feel like um, it's it's only for your ascension. I feel like, especially with this card, it's everything for your ascension process. So don't worry about that if it is a work situation. All right, so I feel like what presently is happening, there's a lot of grieving that you're going through, Cancer, um, with a partner in some way. Like something happened at their dream space, or something happened to them, and they're still grieving the process of something. Maybe it was a death of some sort. I'm feeling too. Um, these were the other cards that came out. I put them right here so you can see. I do feel like there could be some form of devil energy around you, maybe Capricorn. I do see a lot of Capricorn and Aries energy, and Scorpio too, maybe Aries, Leo, Sag. Um, I do feel like there's a lot of things that you're trying to rebuild in this relationship, Cancer, and I feel like there really needs to be one-on-one clear communication. I do feel like there needs to be reconciliation with something in recovery. So I feel like you need to stop feeling stuck and get out of your head, because I think that's what's getting you off kiltered in life. I do feel like there's a new beginning that you want to push through, but it just feels like there's the devil in the way. There's something preventing you in some way from moving on. And I think that could be past tense of something. It could be a Capricorn. I'm not sure on that. But I do feel like there's a lot of things that you're having to look at. Maybe it's the dark aspect of yourself. Maybe there's hidden agendas here. Maybe there's some lies and manipulation. Maybe there's just something that you're not seeing clearly when it comes to this connection, Cancer, that is really maybe holding you down or tying you up or making you feel like you're a victim to something that is not right for you. I also feel the need that this is a very empowering card, so I don't feel like whatever's troubling you in this relationship, I feel like it's about being empowered and looking at yourself from another's point of view and perspective, and seeing how much we mirror each other. And it's funny, if you look at these two people, they kind of mirror each other, don't they? And I feel like with this devil in the middle, there could be the feeling that something is blocking you and this other person from coming together in some way, or there's just this need to really retreat and stop feeling the victim in some way and really connect with your higher self to get these blockages away. But I feel like whatever love is meant to be in your life will stay in your life. And I feel like if you're feeling like cold, isolated, isolation's coming up for me big with this card, where you feel like you can't communicate uh, correctly with your partner, or you're feeling like there's a block of some kind. I do pray, or I was going to say I do pray. Well, I do pray things will get better, but I do feel like there's an intervention. Things are unclear, things are fuzzy, just like this camera, I don't know why. But I do feel like you're going to have to reach out from higher source and higher knowing of knowledge of, the source of God or whatever, wherever you connect, to get out of this devil energy that may be separating both of you, or you're feeling like that. But I feel like it's in our mind. We play these stories that don't really work in our lives, and it's just understanding that our mind is so powerful. Like, this is, to me, when I see it too, I look at it as a fear. There's a fear you have of something, and I think it's about time to face it, or you have been facing it. So I do feel like there's a lot of grieving that you're still having to go through. It could be, like I said, a past person, a past situation, maybe a past loved one who died or passed on. But I feel like there's a lot of this heartbroken energy where it feels like you want to, or you want someone to clearly speak to you. Maybe you feel like, are they lying to me? But I feel like this person ultimately loves you, but I feel like in order to begin something new, you need to end this cycle. And I feel like that's why this death card's here. There's something to the cycle that needs to end. There's something of the past you need to fully grieve and move on so you can have this new beginning with whoever that may be. But I do feel like there's a lot of, it's going to take a lot of courage on your part to speak about the hurt, that evaluate the situation from a different perspective. And I do feel like it's going to get better for you, Cancer. It's just a matter of working through the fears, working through your fears, and, setting yourself free so you can have a new divinely guided, loving relationship that you solely want to have with someone. Anyways, I hope that resonated with one of you, Cancers. Hope you guys have a great February. Bye bye.